Coach. Thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Come on, baby. Let's go. At their own 21-yard line.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give, right side. Justice trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Yeah, let's go second.
Off play action. Bryant. It's brought in by Harris. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bryant. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Operating from the gun. Bryant, it's caught. It's Miller. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it led. And in sync, otherwise your quarterback gets hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Bang, 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 bang. Switch.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Mike.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. They'll run on first down. Justice. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
On second down, it's Sanders. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Check three, check three, check three.
From the gun, Bryant. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Check 13, check 13, check 37, check 37.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They'll try the left side. Justice only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd down, Bryant. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, Bryant going up top for Miller. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Saints will have the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Here we go, here we go. 60 outlaw, blue draw corkers. Shoot.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Ready? 18 Gators.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming across. The run.
6-6, pull it high.
Third and long, it's Wilson. He's going to air one out, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Bryant. That's complete to Robinson. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Corey Vedvik now set to punt. Here's Williams to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones not having balls go through goalposts.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bryant on the move to his left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
7's a Mike 7. Here we go, DQ.
Operating from the gun, Bryant. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. He's got the first down inside the 10, and all the way down to the 5. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. From the gun, Bryant. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check three, check three, check three.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
No chance.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now a handoff working right. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go, here we go.
Look at me, zipper. Get ready.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Owens. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Check your hot read. Jim. Check.
Williams. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 28 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point. And we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Operating from the gun, Bryant. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Kill. Motion. Mike 7. 65. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Rip left.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Go. 10-2 stop. Go!
I got him. He's mine.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 26-yard line.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Strong right. Alert.
Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's third and 10.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ready up.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hurry. Get.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
90 Wolf.
What we got? Kill.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it with Williams. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Seven's a Mike 7.
To throw again, Bryant. And he comes back with one complete. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 30. To the 36-yard line.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Sanders. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Like 7.
Back to throw. Bryant. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Let's get there. No. Check nickel. Zip it. It's mine.
They'll try the left side. Justice. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Saints' 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ringo. I'm going to run you over. 7's a mark.
From the gun, Bryant. Going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Daniil Hunter able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw. Bryant. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Now Sanders. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
They begin the drive with Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Williams. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Go.
Switch. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here comes the Saints punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On first down, Sanders. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He's back to throw. Rolling to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score,
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got some space here. And all the way down to the 26. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 26. So a huge gain on the ground here puts him into a wonderful spot. And remember, of course, a touchdown wins it.
And we're in overtime, right? So you have to think defense has been out there for 4 quarters. Might be a little bit tired. The attrition of the game may have led to that long run.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They run it again with Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
51. Let's go, D. Let's go.
X3. 218. Chopper. Snap.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Pilot, 64, weak.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 26. Check 26.
Protein spill.
24. Check 24.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And Lutz's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch twist. Run, trot. What? Go.
Back to throw. Bryant. This is Miller. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Slam, slam, slam.
third down. They'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Bryant. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
First down, Vikings.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On first down, Bryant. It's complete to Diggs. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Bryant, and Diggs has it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bryant. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there. To go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.